Artificial intelligence is already making some massive decisions about your money. We're talking about everything from getting a loan approved to how your retirement fund is managed. But here's the big question. How do we know those decisions are actually fair? Well, let's pull back the curtain and see if we can peek inside the mind of the machine. Seriously, think about it. The last time you applied for, say, a credit card or even a mortgage, chances are an algorithm made the final call. But was that process really fair? Could there be some hidden biases baked right into the code? I mean, these aren't just abstract techie questions, right? They have a huge real-world impact on all of us. And that right there is what experts call the black box problem. It's like this. We've got these incredibly powerful AIs handling critical stuff like lending and fraud detection, but how they actually reach their conclusions, it's often a complete secret. We put data in, a decision comes out, but that whole middle part, the why, is a total mystery. So what's the solution? How do we fix this? Well, the answer is a field that's getting a lot of attention, Explainable AI, or XAI for short. And its entire mission, really, is to crack open that black box. The goal is to make these super complex systems totally understandable, transparent, and, this is the big one, accountable. Okay, that all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually do it? How do we make it happen in the real world? Well, that's where a new framework from Morgan Stanley House comes into play. They've put together a really practical roadmap for building trust and transparency right into the AI systems that finance relies on every single day. And the potential here is just massive. I mean, listen to this quote from Evan Benjamin, an AI safety teacher. This needs to be deployed on a larger scale. There really isn't any other framework doing this type of comprehensive analysis. That's a pretty powerful statement, right? It shows that the industry is seriously looking for a more responsible way to handle AI. All right, so how does this framework actually work? What's the secret sauce? Well, it's all built on 6 core pillars. Think of them as the foundational principles, each one designed to make sure AI is being used responsibly. Let's dig into them. Okay, so here are the 6 big ones: bias audits, transparency, explainability, human oversight, AI governance, and finally, the right to understand. These are basically the building blocks for creating AI that we can actually trust. So let's go through them one by one and see what they're all about. First up, bias audits. Now, this is super important. It's not a one-and-done kind of thing. We're talking about constantly, systematically checking the AI models to make sure they aren't accidentally or intentionally discriminating against anyone. It's all about baking fairness right into the system from the get-go. Pillar number 2 is transparency. And this one's pretty straightforward. No more hiding behind the algorithm. It means companies have to be open about what data they're using, how well the AI is actually performing, and, just as important, what its limits are. It's really about turning that black box into more of an open book. Okay, next up is explainability, and this is a huge one. See, it's not good enough for an AI to just spit out an answer like loan denied. This pillar says the system has to be able to explain why. What were the key factors that led to that decision? That's the difference between just getting a result and getting a reason you can actually understand. Pillar 4 is human oversight, and let me be clear, this one is absolutely non-negotiable. It means there always has to be a human in the loop, an expert who can monitor what the AI is doing, question its conclusions, and, crucially, have the power to override it. We're talking about AI helping humans, not replacing them. All right, pillar number 5, AI governance. Now, if the other pillars are the building blocks, think of this one as the blueprint or the master rulebook. It's the whole system of rules, practices, and ethical guidelines that steer how AI is developed and used, from the first line of code to the final rollout. It basically makes sure everyone is playing by the same rules. And that brings us to the final pillar, number 6, the right to understand. This is where it all comes home to you, the customer. This pillar makes it an official, fundamental right for you to ask why when an AI makes a big decision about your money, and to get a clear answer that you can actually understand. So when you put all 6 of these pillars together, what do you get? Well, it's way more than just a new set of rules. It's a fundamental shift in thinking, moving from that opaque, closed-off past to a much more open future for AI in the world of finance. Basically, you're making a move from the old black box model, the one that's risky, confusing, and impossible to see inside, to what we can call a glass box model. And this new approach, it's transparent and trustworthy. It's auditable, so it's fair. It creates clear responsibility. And all of that builds a ton of confidence, not just for customers, but for regulators too. And here's the real bottom line. Putting a framework like this into practice isn't just about checking off boxes to keep regulators happy. It's about something much bigger, a real commitment to building AI systems that people can genuinely trust. That's the foundation you need for real ethical innovation in finance. So, all of this leaves us with one last really important question to think about. As AI gets more and more woven into the fabric of our lives, maybe the focus shouldn't just be on all the amazing things it can do. Maybe the focus also needs to be on what we can understand. Because as AI's role and its power grows, shouldn't our right to understand what it's doing grow right along with it?